Oh.
And we are live. Welcome to the Slob Show. Roker's here. Today's Base's birthday, so he won't be here today, but happy birthday to our boy Base. Right off
Happy
the top.
birthday, Base. Yeah, I was able to wish him a happy birthday like early this morning.
I actually wished him a happy birthday at midnight. I was up at midnight and I'm like, oh, it's Base's birthday. I'll just send him a birthday message now while I'm awake, which is 2 a.m. Chicago time. So I'm sure he was getting laid, brother.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, welcome to the Slob Show. Right off the top, Roker, I do want to talk about that bacon deal, that Costco bacon deal, because I bought another pack of it. It's Kirkland cooked bacon. Now, could you refresh people's memory on your tip to getting bacon very cheap?
So, for years before COVID, I think they stopped. I mean, they probably do it again now, but Mariano's would have, they have a salad bar, they have a soup bar, they have a hot items bar, right, where you go in and you get food by the pound. They used to have a breakfast bar. They may have brought it back. I don't know, but they had a breakfast bar, and I would, get off the air. We'd be doing morning radio in Chicago. I'd get off the air. I'd go to Mariano's, and I would get like 3 pounds, like the equivalent of like 3 pounds of cooked bacon, right?
Yeah.
I get like 30 pieces of bacon, but because it's been cooked down already, I'm paying for a pound of bacon.
Yes.
Right. So that's always a much better deal, right? Instead of paying like $7.99 for a package of Oscar Mayer bacon, I'm getting 3 times the bacon for that price. And then I go home
like
and make BLTs and make egg sandwiches or put them with whatever, or just eat them on the way home or whatever.
And when you go to Mariano's, like you get that salad bar and it's like $13.99 a pound or whatever, $11.99 a pound.
And where people make the mistake on those things is, all those heavy items, you're paying for them, right? So when you're putting potatoes in there,
a dollop of dressing,
salad dressing, right? The salad dressing's heavier than the salad, right? You could buy a bottle of salad dressing for less than the few scoops of salad dressing that you're putting on there, right?
Yeah.
So, like there's a Golden Corral down the street, and they have
gross
buffet to go, right? So you go to their buffet and you put food in the to-go thing, and then they weigh it. And now you're paying 3 times as much as you would have normally.
Yeah. Wow.
Think about how much a couple of
buffet to go.
Well, I mean, because it's fast, I guess. And maybe it's usually on these buffets, there's only like a handful of things I like, right? So, but imagine you go and you get like 3 pieces of fried chicken, and then you put mashed potatoes and gravy in there, right? And now you're paying for 3 pounds worth of food. So, that's where they get you. Beware of pay by the pound. But that's something. But one of the rare things is when you're paying by the pound, that's one of the things you can get, and take advantage of is cooked bacon.
Yeah, and you did that, and you told me that for years, and now Costco, you buy it, Roker. It's 1 pound of bacon, okay? Vacuum sealed, cooked bacon.
Right.
So it's $16, okay? You get 50 slices of bacon for $16. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And if it were raw bacon, that would cost you, you'd probably get 12 slices for 6.99, something
Yeah.
like that,
So like
right?
28, $30 to get that many slices
Yeah. So you're talking about $28 worth of uncooked bacon.
or more. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the way
And,
to
and,
go.
and it's beautiful because it's pre-cooked. You throw it in the microwave for 1 minute. That's it.
Yeah. It
It's
probably
and it's
doesn't even need that
crispy.
long. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like it a little bit crispier, but yeah, like a minute. And I've been making these delicious wraps. You ever eat those Mission flour tortillas?
Yeah. I use them for like quesadillas and stuff.
Yeah, so they're like 2 net carb. Not that we're talking about a diet here, but like they're 2 net carbs. So I get that. I get a whole dollop of Hellman's mayo from Costco. You get the big one because we've discussed that it tastes much better. A dollop of that. Take a little Roma tomato, cut it up real nice, and then I take the vinaigrette glaze. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah. I know what
glaze.
you mean. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my new
Like
go-to
a,
meal at the house.
like a balsamic,
The
like a
bal the bals
vinaigrette.
yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. The balsamic glaze. And that's
There
my
you go.
go-to meal at the house. That's my go-to meal at the like, when I get home right now, I'll make 2 wraps, and that's it. And it takes me 3 minutes for everything.
And it's cheaper than if you had gotten it at a Jimmy John's or something like that.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
You go to
Put as much
Costco, you get
put as
like
much bacon in it as you want, put as much, mayo, and because when you buy the uncooked bacon, you're paying for the shrinkage,
exactly.
right? Like 40% of that bacon's ended up in the pan as grease.
Yeah. I'm
Even
telling
if
you,
you
Roker, you gotta
even if
get
you
it.
even if you go to McDonald's and order a quarter pounder, the small print says, "Wait before cooking." So,
Yeah.
seriously. So when you're buying that bacon, you're paying for the wait before cooking. When you buy it cooked like you're doing it, you're paying for the wait after cooking. So it's a better value.
Here right here, actually, you could buy 3 for 53. It's essentially the same price. But
And Scott
this
is
is
asking pan fryer oven. Always put your bacon in the oven. Always put your bacon in the oven and not on the stove, because you'll get a more uniform bacon, and it's much
what
easier to control how, the crispiness and how you like it. If you like it chewy or crispy, and then save that bacon grease, save that bacon fat, strain it, drain it, and then use that bacon fat for other things.
see, that's one thing I can't do still. I can't save bacon grease. It just makes me sick thinking about
But you're eating the bacon that's been swimming in the grease. You like the
it.
bacon itself.
But I don't wanna pull out the jar of grease. Like, "Oh, here it is. Here's my
Yeah,
saved
but
jar."
it's no different than the grease that you're pulling out that doesn't have bacon flavor. This is grease that has bacon flavor. Now you're getting 2 uses out of that cooked bacon at the very least. You're getting the
What
bacon, and at least you're getting the bacon grease that you can use to cook other things in.
why strain it though? Don't you want the little bacon crispies in there?
Well, because they'll end up getting burnt as you
Ah,
use that oil
ah.
again.
So you pour it right at you have like a little mason jar or something?
Yeah, you can just strain it with a strain it through you use a coffee
A paper
filter,
towel.
or even
You can
or
use a
even
paper
just
towel.
yeah, I mean, just get all the chunks out of it and just use that again.
So do you currently have a thing of bacon grease at the house?
I'm sure we do.
Is Claire home right now?
Claire is home. She's trying to keep the cats away, so
I was
she's
gonna
in
ask
the
if she could I was gonna ask if Claire, if you're watching this, if you could bring up the bacon grease. I'd like to see the condition of it. I
she
wanna
may
see, is it
she
like
she more than likely is watching an episode of Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, or 911, or SVU. She knows when they're all on. Like, I'll come home and like she'll have left and the TV will be on like Chicago Fire, and then I will hit like the reset button, like so it goes to the previous channel, and it'll be
Yeah.
a channel, and like 911 will be on.
Claire usually watches though. So hey,
She
Claire.
does, but she's also usually coming back from work while she's listening. But she had today off.
Well, Claire,
Maybe
if you
a
are off,
delicious chicken pot pie
oh no,
from scratch.
speak of the devil.
There you go.
Sounds like Roker knows what he speaks of. Hey, Claire, since you're watching right now, if you could bring the jar of bacon grease to the studio where Roker's broadcasting, I'd love to see it. Oh man,
I do know we
Mike
have some
Cahoon.
duck fat in the refrigerator.
Oh, Claire, can you bring all the fats?
Oh, just bring them all. Well, that might take 2 or 3 trips.
Well, but not like fats that I would buy on my own. I want all the homemade fats, duck fat, bacon fat, whatever. Mike Cahoon on Instagram chiming in. He said that's spot on. Mike Bobby from Edgewater saying that he uses the cast iron skillet for his bacon.
There you go.
He said cast irons love the grease. Oh yeah, Mike's saying it's $15.99. He said it's the best deal ever. So I'm telling you, Roker, I'm shocked you haven't bought this bacon yet. You're making a major mistake, especially a man of your stature.
I will look for it the next time. We've stocked up on bacon though. We have a lot of bacon in the freezer. I know, hard to believe that we
but you have to cook it.
Freezer. Yeah. Well, no. Yes. And of course, when I say we, I mean Claire. So it doesn't really affect me. So
anyway, Claire,
you.
if you're still watching, Claire, I'd love to see all the fats. If you could bring them up, if not, no big deal. Roker, you did have a tip that you were going to tell everyone about last week about tips for baseball games. And how did I go from the White Sox to the A's? Like I went from the shit to dog shit to regular shit. Like how is it possible? And by the way, Roker, I'm sorry, you're going to lose that bet that you put in for the White Sox.
It looks like it. It was, well, I mean, they need to win 54 games. Here's what I was counting on. So if you missed an earlier exciting episode of the Slob Show, before the season started, I put in a bet that the White Sox were going to win more than 53 and a half games this season. So they'd have to finish with a record of 54 wins and 108 losses for me to win this bet. And I was going under the assumption that I want to say they had not one, but 2 12-game losing streaks last year. That's 2.5 straight weeks of not winning a game twice. I figure just on accident that couldn't happen again. So, and then also the teams with the worst record
Roker, hang on,
next to
Roker,
the White Sox.
Hang on, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I do have to cut right in here with the breaking news.
I think you're getting.
I'm sorry. This is more
residuals on that.
This is more important than anything. This is from Claire Roker herself, the wife of L. Roker Jr. She said, "Sorry, we're all out." I back to whatever you were saying, Roker. Sorry, you guys
all out of what? Bacon
apparently
grease?
Bacon fat grease.
Oh,
how did you guys run out?
Well, we use it. Jeez. That's why. That's how. That's yeah.
Well, that's a shame. Oh, there we go.
So the White Sox won, I want to say 44 games last year, 46 games, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
The worst team in history. Yeah. And the next worst 2 teams won 60 games. So I'm like, if they're as bad as the worst 2 teams in the league from last year, they're going to surpass this by 6 games. Or 7 games, and they ended up winning like their first game or 2 out of their first 3.
Just their first.
No, 2 out of their first 4. And they may not have won a game since, but so we'll see. It's a long season.
Let me take a look at the standings here.
It's not like I bet the house on it. By the way, Luca in his return to Dallas, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, 45 points.
Hey, they get what they deserve.
And if you're keeping track there, association fans, Anthony Davis, 6 assists, 11 rebounds, 13 points.
Mm.
So
Well,
Luca only outscored him by 32 points.
I saw the video, that the tribute video they played for Luca, and he started crying. That's how much he loved being a Maverick. What a fucking idiot that Nico Harrison is. The worst that is the worst trade in NBA history. You don't like That's like trading a Victor Wembanyama. It's like trading LeBron James. It's like trading Giannis. You don't, unless they're leaving. If they're like, if Luca was up for free agency and he was leaving, he
was right. If it was his last year of his contract, and you knew you couldn't pay him $230 million,
like
you know, which is what he's going to get next year. Whatever the super contract is now in the NBA, I can't remember. Right, that makes sense. And here's the thing: Luka's like 25,
yeah, 26.
He's like 26. He's like not even in his prime yet. It was jaw
the worst trade ever. He was crying. He just bought a house. He was going to stay there his whole life. He said, "I never thought about leaving." They would have had him for another 10 years. I mean, Mark Cuban's even said, he's like, "I tried talking him out of it when I found out, but it was too late. They already executed the trade." Like, Mark Cuban, obviously, he was lied to. They told him he would run basketball operations. Obviously, he's not running anything. So ridiculous.
Well,
anyway, the White Sox are 2-9, so they've lost 7.
Oh, they were 2 and 3 at one point.
They lost 7 in a row. So.
Yeah, so that means they lost today.
Let's see where the A's are at. The Sacramento Athletics. They are currently what do you know? Also in last place.
2 and 9.
They're actually their record is actually 5-8, but they're in last place also.
Playing in a minor league stadium.
Yeah, which is pretty cool, actually.
For the fans, I guess, because it's up close and personal. Yeah. They probably can't be. I mean, what I'm hearing is they're holding like post-game press conferences in like a trailer,
a tent, because
it's like the trailer that you used to have class in grammar school. Like there'd be one trailer in the park.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it's like, Roker. Remember when you and I went to the UFC fight when McGregor won the title? Remember they had the press conference in that tent outside? That's what it is. They have like a tent. And here's the reason. Who the fuck would cover the River Cats minor league baseball team? Their press room was honestly the size of a broom closet, because maybe one person would show up. Now they have a major league team playing in that park. That's why no one's there. No one covers minor league baseball. You're not going to have, like, Roker, you covered sports. Would you ever go to a minor league ballpark? No.
Just for I've got a minor league. There's a minor league ballpark 5 minutes from my house.
I know, but I'm saying when you covered sports.
The last time I was there was for a food festival.
Exactly.
The time before that, I was there for like a pony league baseball game. Like, I still haven't been there for a minor league baseball game. And then the A's, right? So the A's plan on moving to. I know that this is the food and lifestyle podcast for the rest of us, but lifestyle. Baseball is lifestyle. So the A's, they blew up the Tropicana Hotel in Las Vegas on the Strip so that the A's could have a new stadium built there on the Strip. Sounds great in theory. So they move out of Oakland to go and play in this minor league stadium in Sacramento while they're waiting for the stadium in Las Vegas to be built. One problem: the stadium in Las Vegas, not only has it not begun to be built yet, it hasn't even been approved
or funded.
And they're supposed to start playing there in 2 years.
They're 3 years. The A's are here for sure for 3 years.
They're saying 3 years.
Well,
now.
it's always been 3 for sure, maybe 4, but it's always been 3. So they're supposed to play here, but that won't be done in 3 years.
Probably not. Not unless they, fast track something. And fewer people are going to. It's a great idea to have major league, big time professional sports in Vegas because they'll always sell
Oh,
out
yeah.
because you'll have so many tourists going
And
to
the
game.
hotels too. They want to give people shit, oh, here's some tickets.
They're building an NBA arena.
Yep.
Just in the hopes of getting an NBA team
No, they're
one day, which they probably
The-
will.
Vegas and Seattle are getting the next two teams for sure. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, they've already held an All-Star game.
In Vegas? Oh,
An NBA All-Star game, yeah.
T-Mobile.
NBA All-Star game, yeah. Hell, they had a Super Bowl already.
Well, they have a team there. They have the Raiders.
So,
WrestleMania.
like, do they
WrestleMania in
have
2 weeks is in Vegas.
WrestleMania's there in like a couple of weeks, right? Exactly. I went to that stadium when I was at. I went to that stadium because they were playing Monday Night Football. They had a game same day that the Bears were playing on Monday Night Football, so I didn't miss anything. And like Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top was the halftime show
That's
because
awesome.
they have their own house band. And then people come in and play with them for halftime.
Hey, we're talking about sports right now, and look who just joined the Instagram chat. Mark Grody from 670 The Score. That's one of my top guys.
Nice.
What's up, Grody? Base isn't here today. Grody's boy Base. It's Base's birthday, and he's not here.
They're probably out partying right now.
Maybe they're together right now.
That's it.
So, Broker, give that tip about the hot dog buns.
So if you go to a baseball game, and Mark would know this because he's been in the press box many times and it still is. You go to a baseball game on the first day of the homestand, stay away from the hot dogs because all the buns are stale. Because they're getting rid of the buns from the last homestand.
This is a real Slob Show tip.
So,
this is a great one. This is why Roker is the Yoda of the Slob Show.
The buns, the hamburger buns, the hot dog buns, the popcorn, because it's all pre-popped and it's in like those big suffocating bags, right? It's all stale. Stay away from that
What do you eat
stuff
then?
on the first day of a homestand when you go to. There's other stuff you can eat. Sox Park has tons of food you can eat outside of hamburgers and hot dogs and popcorn. But yeah, all that stuff is going to be, the nacho chips are going to be stale.
So basically, just don't go to the first game of the homestand.
They're left over. Well, there's other stuff you can eat, or you can tailgate, or you can eat before you go there. I'm just saying, buyer beware on that first date of the homestand.
So what would you recommend they should eat then?
I don't know what they have on their menu now these days. Hell, get yourself a sundae and a helmet or something. Yeah, the churros, they got to make them fresh, right? At least, right?
Oh, that's true. You watch them make it.
Beer always works out really well.
So there's a ton of new people.
I'm a big fan of that.
If you're watching in the Slob Show group, we have like thousands of new members because I put up 2 posts that each got like 1 million views. And they were like, the one was about getting more orange chicken, and the other one was about tips for extra mayo. And it starts as a wave, right? So you start getting this wave of people saying, you're a piece of shit, fuck you, you're a slob, eat a dick, whatever, right?
Negativity sells.
So the negativity comes in, right? Like 100,000 people.
Yep.
Then
and everyone wants to chime in.
Then you get this other wave of people saying, oh my God, you're a genius, right? So that's another couple 100,000, right? Then the angry and the nice people start fighting in the comments, which leads to another 500,000 or 600,000 people. So that's how you get a post with 1 million people. It starts out all these negative people, then positive people, then all the fighting, and then everyone sees it. That's how to get a post with 1 million viewers, in case you were wondering. And they all fight and talk shit. It's hilarious.
So I need to put up more controversial posts.
Not even controversial. I'm like, here's how to...
I go look at mine and says, oh, 236 people see it. Great. I could have yelled out the window and told.
Well, you
people.
put up a picture that looked like someone took a shit on a cheesesteak, and you're like, sorry.
I told you. I said it doesn't photograph well. So then I put next to it, I put the picture that they made, and and that's the problem with carryout, right? You get carryout, and then it looks like carryout when you're done. But it's a delicious sandwich. Jody's
Oh, I love Jody.
in Joliet is something called the Dirty Dog,
Trying to
which
find
is
the
off the
picture.
menu, and it's a Philly cheesesteak sandwich with a fried Polish on garlic
God.
bread, and then they top it with the cheese sauce,
Can't find it.
and it's amazing.
Oh, here it is.
But once you get it home and it's been wrapped in foil and the cheese is all sticking to the foil, and I'm trying to make it look halfway
Like,
presentable.
what is that?
Yeah, that looks like it got dropped, on the floor.
But wait,
That's
you
authentic.
posted their picture and that looks like shit too. Look at that.
No, that looks better, much better than mine.
What is
Well, trust me. See, yeah, you could tell that it's like a before and after.
Broker, there's a
picture.
way to make anything look good. Like if I photographed that, I would make it look way better. I'd hold it up, I would get it right under the dog. There's a way to do it.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. My main intention was to eat it while it was still hot, not photograph it for the Slob Show fan page. That was just, a little value added. I was like, let me try and take a picture of this real quick so I can eat it while it's still hot, and then I'll post the picture.
Now, we were talking about
that's why I don't post a lot of pictures, because they don't end up looking good, because it's like I'll either have forgotten, and it's like I eat half of it and go, oh well, forgot to take a picture.
Broker.
Of it.
So the dude who owns the biggest sushi place, Makuni out here, he's watching us right now on Instagram. You have to go to his place. Delicious. I had like a massive, like I ate the party platter of sushi by myself, and it's delicious. He's watching. Hello, sir. And then Grody just said, he said, I feel awful when I'm at Subway and I get a tuna sandwich soaked in mayo and request extra mayo. I didn't know Mark Grody was part of the mayo community. Thank you, Mark. Damn. Is everyone part of the mayo community?
Mayo's delicious. It's been around for a long time.
God.
See, and and mayo kind of is what the Slob Show is all about.
Exactly.
Right? A lot of people think, mayonnaise is disgusting. It's fat. It's not good for you. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, here we embrace it.
We celebrate it.
Exactly. We don't go pouring it over our heads like it's the end of
exactly.
College bowl game or anything. We believe that it should be put in the mouth.
Exactly.
Is the right spot for the mayo to go, not on top of your head.
Why we say in the mayo community, we eat it, we love it, but we eat it like gentlemen. We don't make a mockery. That's why I hate the Duke's Bowl, and that's why I'm back with Hellman's. Even I like Hellman's better now than Duke's. I can't believe it, because I buy the huge one at Costco. It just tastes better. But the Slob Show Facebook group is where mayo is celebrated, not tolerated. We don't just tolerate people who put mayo. We celebrate you here. So if you like mayo, this is the place to be. Tell your friends. This is the place that loves mayo. Tell Hellman's. Where the hell are Hellman's at?
There are no haters here. And the only reason I don't buy like the Costco Hellman's is because it ends up taking up valuable refrigerator space, because it won't fit on the back of the door. It's God's honest truth, right? It doesn't fit on the back of the door because it's so big, so it takes up food room. That's why I don't get it.
But you have 4 refrigerators.
Yeah, it would take up food room, and I'm certainly not going into the garage to get mayonnaise.
Really quick. Wait, how many refrigerators do you have? Is it only 2 and 4 freezers? Is that what?
No, let's see. 1, 2, 3 refrigerators. 2 of them are refrigerator freezers, right? So refrigerator freezer. 3 of them are refrigerator freezers. Refrigerator freezer in the kitchen. Refrigerator freezer in the basement. Refrigerator freezer in the garage. And a freezer in
one of the
garage.
Big freezers, right? The square ones?
The square ones, right? Yeah, exactly. and there's 2 people in the house.
And you can't work a jar of mayo into that equation?
Can't do it. Can't do it. But I brought home a package of microwave Philadelphia cheesesteak sandwiches from Sam's Club the other day because they were on clearance, even though we do not have 1 ounce of room left in any of the freezers.
God.
I'm like, Claire, just find some way to
Work it in.
fit it in there. Yep.
You just stick your foot in, push stuff around?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Have you guys ever considered eating what you have before buying more?
Yes, that's the plan. But then I end up seeing something and I buy it. We have a
You can't help it.
whiteboard on the side of the refrigerator with stuff that we need to eat out of the freezer instead of us going, oh, what are we going to have for dinner tomorrow? What are we going to have for dinner on the weekend? What are we going to put on the grill next time? We've got a whole list of it. And still,
you have a menu. You have a menu for every day.
Menu like, oh, we got to eat those steaks. We got to eat those Omaha steak burgers. We got to do that. We got to do this. She's taking them out of the boxes because there's no room for the boxes. So she's taking them out of the boxes and labeling stuff with Sharpies and then cutting the directions off and putting them in a drawer so we know how to heat up the mini corn dogs that we bought at Aldi. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So the food's thawing out on your countertop, but then you, on your way home from work, you get 2 Baconators and you eat them in the car. And
I don't eat in the car.
Okay, well, you get 2 Baconators and you eat them as you're walking in the house from the garage. You hold you start eating it as you're walking in the house.
I wait till I get in the house to eat them. I do my best to not eat because then you don't enjoy it. That's the word. That's the thing is you don't enjoy it when you're like eating it on the run.
But right? I do enjoy it, but then I feel like it's a waste. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, you're enjoying the food, but it's kind of like it's really empty calories because you're eating it and you're almost not thinking about it. You're not sitting down to have that meal. Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially if you have like 2 Whoppers and you eat the first one in the car and you take a bite out of the second one. And now you're like, I just wasted this whole like 4,000
you get home and
meal.
now you've got 1 Whopper left with a bite out of it. Instead of 2 full Whoppers.
So you know what I do in that situation, right?
What?
I finish the second one in the car.
Yeah, you just finish it. Like,
what's the point? What's the point? If I'm going to sit in the house with a Whopper with a bite out of it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's why I end up putting like White Castles, or if I go and get like fried shrimp or something, it goes in the back. Like we've got the bags that have the insulated bags. It goes in the back in the insulated bag. Cause I used to like stop at stoplights and reach over into the back seat. Like they would be on the seat next to me. That didn't work. Put them in the back seat. That didn't work because I'd be reaching into the back seat at stoplights. And so now it goes all the way in the back in a container zipped up so I don't eat it before I get home.
You're like a drug addict. Like you have to like hide the drugs.
I'm a fiend, yes.
I do have some breaking news from Claire Roker herself. Number 1, she said that would be a great plan if you stuck to it, because of course you never stick to the menu that's on the whiteboard. Also,
I admitted that I don't stick to it.
But more importantly, Roker, this is the real breaking news. Claire will be making some bacon grease tomorrow.
She'll also be making me some crab cakes tomorrow, I believe.
Sorry.
Looking forward to that.
Oh my God.
She's a good cook. Everybody should have a Claire.
Honestly, before we go, I want to call Bass and wish him a happy birthday real quick. See here. Unless he's getting laid, brother.
See, here's my train of thought. If he wanted to talk to us right now, he'd be on with us right now. You see how that works?
We'll leave him a message.
Hi, you reached the cell phone.
Oh. Goes right to voicemail.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, he has it off.
You knew that was
Must be getting
coming.
laid.
Yep. He
Must
put
be
him.
getting laid, man. Make sure the phone's off, bro. It's party time.
He's a Chuck E. Cheese right now.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're out of time for this week. And anything you want to mention, Roker, before we wrap things up?
No, I think I'm good. I guess Lent is over in a week, right? So people can
Oh,
get back to normal.
that's right.
I mean, I never, I'm not Catholic, so it's not like I was giving up meat or anything like that.
You would never give up anything, right? For any reason.
And I was talking with a owner of a Culver's the other day, and they said this is their busiest time of the year.
Oh yeah, because people love that fish.
Mhm.
People are
That's
big
still
fans of that fish. It's good. Culver's is delicious. I hate fish,
no, they have
and that
great
fish is
fish, and they
good.
have they have really good stuff.
And you know why it's good? Because they give you that massive saucer of tartar sauce. It's delicious. God.
Which is, essentially it's mayo for fish.
Well, happy birthday to
Yeah,
Base.
there he is. There he is. If you're
Base,
tuning
happy
in right this second, he didn't die. This isn't in memoriam or anything like that. It's just his birthday, and
This
we're
is the
wishing him a
picture.
happy birthday. Is it a milestone birthday? Is it like big 40 for him, or
Yeah,
what is it? I don't even
45.
know.
He's 45.
4-5.
Yeah.
I've known that kid for 25 years now or more.
Yeah. You have.
Jeez.
Roker, I met you when I was 19, just a young twink.
Jeez.
I'm
Yeah,
43.
came across a picture of one of our parties. You got no beard, you're twink, clean shaven and everything. Now look at you. You're all salt and pepper, gray beard and shit.
Hey, you know what I found in life is that people end up aging.
Yes,
So
they do.
when you're 19, 25 years later, you look a little bit different.
And when you're 19, you think you're going to live forever and you don't care. You do all this kind of stuff. And
Except you actually, you actually have you looked like you were 60 when you were 21, and now that you're older, you look like you're in your 40s.
I look absolutely hideous. There are years that I just looked like I was 50 and I was 25.
Were you?
Just some of the worst pictures, and it's like, and I have to see this stuff every day because the wife bought one of those, like digital frames, right? And so
Oh
it's
yeah.
in the living room, so it's just pictures are just going by. I see them every day. They're just going by. I'm like, oh God, I'm like, where did that one come from? Get rid of that. Oh shit, I'm wearing a bolo tie in that one. Get rid of that. True story.
What's this Claire's talking about? Did you have pizza on Pete? When was pizza day?
Last Saturday was deep dish pizza day.
Oh man, I did not have pizza on pizza day.
And Home Run Inn started selling deep dish pizzas. You could get a small cheese deep dish or a small cheese regular for $10, a
Damn.
12-inch. And if you wanted to add on other ingredients, you could at the normal price. So we bought a deep dish with mushroom, pepperoni, and sausage, and we bought a thin with extra cheese, mushroom, pepperoni, and sausage. So our two $10 pizzas ended up costing me $46.27.
And it said like chicken Kiev on the whiteboard that you didn't get to.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
Now we spent $46 instead.
That's right.
I
Because
wonder
it
how
was
long.
$10 pizza day.
If we had COVID again, I wonder how, honestly, if you ate 1 meal a day, 3 meals a day out of your 4 freezers and 3 refrigerators, I wonder, honestly, do you think you could last 6 months?
I don't know about that, but during COVID, I used gift cards, gift certificates. That's always fun when you walk into some place with like an actual paper gift certificate.
Oh, yeah. They're like, we don't take these.
Oh, from like 1999. I'm like, Hey, they don't expire in Illinois.
Oh, 1999. I did have some gift cards like that I would just I had them just no expiration date, and then you bring it in, they're like, "Oh, we don't take those anymore." Like a different logo on the card.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. But you can always
Uh,
try. You can always
my
try.
brother went to this place with a Groupon. It was a new Groupon, and the guy's like, "Oh, we don't take those." Like, what? He just bought it. He's like, "Oh no, we don't take those anymore." It's like, but he just bought the Groupon. And the
Now
guy's
you
like, "Oh
can
no,
go
we
to
don't take it."
Groupon and Groupon will give you a refund. The way those Groupons are supposed to work is if they expire, what you paid for them is supposed to never expire. So
Oh,
let's say
really?
you paid let's say you paid $20 for a Groupon at a place that is you're supposed to get $30 worth of whatever
Yeah.
for that $20. If it expires, that's still supposed to be good for the $20.
Mm.
And if you have
For
a
any
problem,
place?
yeah, yep. And if
Oh.
you have any, and sometimes Groupon will have will let you extend it if it's about to expire. Sometimes, but if you call them and say that you had a problem, redeeming it, they'll give you your money back.
Wait, you've called Groupon before?
Yeah, or emailed them or
Of
whatever.
course you have.
Dude, I was
Oh,
on the
fuck, it's Ro it's Kenneth Smith again.
dude.
Fuck. Shit.
Yep,
What does he
that's
want
me.
now?
I'm that guy.
Hello, Mr. Smith. I see that you have 76 open Groupons on file. Which one are you calling about? Well, I'm actually calling about 3. 2
That's
of them
it. I'm
expired.
actually locked out of buying some Groupons because I've bought my year allotment already. So I gotta wait 365 days before I can buy it again.
You're the only one keeping Groupon in business. I didn't even know there were I honestly haven't looked at Groupon in, like, 20 years.
Well, it's a tool in the toolbox. You got
Let's
gotta
see
use
what's,
everything available to you.
let's take a look really
And
quick
just
before
in
we go here.
case something happens next week and we don't do a slob show, although we plan on doing it, but just in case, day after Easter, that's when you stock
Ah,
up. That's when we go out on our Easter egg hunt for Reese's eggs.
oh,
All that
well, see,
Easter candy.
now what's going on here? How is this even a Groupon deal? 5% cash back?
No, those aren't like Groupons. Those are like just coupons. Those are just like things that get added to your credit card type of a thing.
Jesus.
So you'll get like 5% cash back if you attach that to your credit card and pay with your credit card
Yeah, I
type of a
don't see.
thing.
I like where are the old school Groupons?
They should be in
Like
there.
restaurants. Okay, here we go. So, like this one, you pay $32 and 75 for 100. Costco has better deals honestly than Groupon at this point. All Costco gift cards, including Southwest, if you buy like a $500 gift card, you pay like $429 or $450.
Yeah, all their gift cards are on. Same thing with Sam's, and then sometimes they'll have even additional sales on top of that.
Let me
So
say
those
one
those
last
are
thing.
always a great place to buy gift cards. I did that.
Since
I do that for gifts. I do that for if I'm just buying I bought some gift cards to give to people and went and did that.
and you kept the extra one always, right?
No, well, if you can, whenever you can save some money, save some money. Paying full
Since
price is what?
it's it's
It's
embarrassing.
embarrassing. That's right.
That's right.
This from the man who paid $47 for $10 pizzas.
There it is,
So.
Roker. Your famous quote. Always ready to go at any time. Paying full price is embarrassing. L. Roker Jr.
That's right.
So since it is the food and lifestyle podcast, I always fly Southwest. I flew United, and oh, by the way, I'm A-list now on Southwest. I checked into my flight 2.5 hours late,
Oh,
and I
because
somehow
you
got
have been flying them so much?
yeah, and I got A25. I'm like, this must be an empty flight. And then I looked, I'm like, oh wait, I'm actually A-list. So now for the next year, I don't even have to check into my flight. Like, I mean, I check in whenever and I get the A group,
Nice.
which is awesome.
I've
But anyway,
been
I flew United.
companion pass for the last 2 years, and have
Have you used it?
3 times because I don't get a
Damn,
chance to go anywhere.
man, that companion pass is nice too.
I know, that was sweet.
But anyway, I flew United, and when I was in a United bathroom, they had urinals in stalls. Have you ever seen that?
No, well, what were you in, like, the United Club
No,
or
just the
something?
bathrooms in the United terminal. It was crazy. Like each stall, the huge stall had it one urinal in each one.
I did not. This is at where, O'Hare?
Actually, the Sacramento airport,
Oh, okay. Well, I
which is
definitely have
crazy.
never been to the Sacramento airport before.
But I don't know if United has these at all their but it's wonderful. Like now that I've been in a stall for a urinal, I don't want to go back the other way. Like I don't need some guy with his like there's dude like the Cubs games, everyone's dick is like hanging out right in front of the trough. Like, you know, normally there's the two urinals are right next to each other. Nothing in between. I like this a lot. The stall, you get a stall with tons of room. It's great. Like, why can't they all have that?
Well, that's kind of a waste of space, isn't it? For the
Not
urinal?
no. Why do I have to be next to some dude all the time who's pissing on my foot and whatever else?
No, it is a public restroom. I mean, you're in public. I mean, it's
So? What are you talking about? I need to be next to a dick? Like all
N-
dicks
n-
everywhere?
now you can't go back now, huh?
No, exactly. It
Yeah,
was weird.
United has ruined you.
I mean, now that
Well,
I'm
you
A-list,
may
of
be
course, I'll only
flying
fly some.
United a lot more now that Southwest is becoming just like everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I don't check luggage anyway. Plus, with the credit card, you could still check luggage anyway, so I'm all set.
And with you being an A-list, you can still get your bags free
That might work out in my favor too, because
too.
if they're not, are they doing assigned seating now? Did they say that or no?
They're going to start it. They haven't started it yet.
So with A-list, I might get my pick of the litter for the seats.
You just might. That's right.
So that's going to be nice. All right. Well, we're out of time. We will most likely be back next week. I mean, we can never say it for sure.
But we hope. But we hope.
All right. We're out.
Peace.